Hello guys, welcome to Frequency in FX Trading channel. In this video, I want to show you videos and I want to teach you a strategy, and that's why I'm here today, just to teach you a strategy. This is the 2nd of June 2025, but of course today is the 3rd. The reason for this course is to cover up something about losses we had yesterday. This is going to be a 1 minute strategy video. Of course, we're going to be using indicators to explain how this strategy works. And we're going to be starting from um, talking about how to get the strategy to work and how you can use it to accumulate so much profits in the market. We're going to start by explaining the pair we're using. The pair we're using is Step Index 200 and it can only be found and traded on deriv.com. And if you have issues with getting a broker, all you need to do is go to your web page and get deriv.com and you register. And after registering, you can have access to the MT5 account Deriv gives you. And so, what strategy are we going to be learning today? We're going to be learning the edge wedge strategy. That is the strategy we're learning today. And this strategy comes along with wick candles. It works with wick candles. When we talk about wick candles, we're talking about wick lines that gets formed from candle, and so wick lines is the wedge edge. Yeah, and because that's the edge, that's where it started out from. Without the wick, there might have not been a hedge, and without a hedge, we might have not seen the wick. So the wick is the edge we're talking about, but the most overall, we're talking about the the edge, the wedge coming from a weak candle perception. And so let's go straight into the video by explaining how the strategy works. We talk about the strategy working miracle, right? This strategy works almost all of the time, and when it works like this, only few people can see it. Few people like us, right? And you can see today is third, right? Today is the 3rd of June, 2025, and you can see we have $130 over here. And the hedge wedge strategy is what we're teaching today. And of course, even if we do not find a trade to take with it, we still can look into how the strategy works. And so we went all the way to today, but we looked at the day's trading chart and we see how this market strategy has been coming out the line. And so, yeah. And so, pardon about the message you saw up there. It's just some mobile data stuff getting sent from Airtel. And so we talking about the edge. If we talk about the edge is basically the weak lines. The weak lines forms the edge, and the edge gets alongside with the weak. So how many times did we see the strategy get formed? We can see it, and it could be traded every time. But the problem is every time it gets traded, how can we annotate it for a profit? We can just look at it and always try to predict its movement all the time. The edgewise strategy represents a momentum coverage where market gives buyers and sellers a direction for the market's movement, and so everybody gets to be on the same plane line. And we saw the hedge wedge here happened. When it happened, the market started going down. This is like the purest M's of W's, but this is just the edge. And that was the wedge. But if we talked about the edge could be where it started from. This point where the market could no longer move up here could have represented the wedge, right? And it happened. We saw a weak line retracement, and after a weak line retracement, we saw that the market started moving seriously downwardly, going opposite direction, and only people who Pablo knew could have made money from the market. The market is a great place to get money from. Of course, if you know how to trade forex, you're one of the richest people in the world. And being one of the richest people in the world, there's so much you're gonna be able to achieve in life. All you need to do is be upstanding, have a good mentor who teaches you how to trade the market, and always make sure you follow him. And always make sure you follow your mentor's advice. When he gives you advice on how to trade, always make sure you follow and stop trying to do things on your own. Otherwise, there's going to be problem with your profitability and capacity state of prediction. And so the hedge rate strategy has been working all this while, and everybody has been making money from hedge wedge. And so we know that if we have an hedge wedge strategy, there's a potential with trading um, prediction. We go predicting the market. We know we can make money because of the edge and the wedge strategy that we use for this forex trading market. So that is what the market that the trading base explains. The edge wedge strategy is basically where markets move with a weak line retracement from going in direction and not retracing. If it does, it's fine, and if it doesn't, oh my god, is that a cockroach beside me? Sorry for that distraction. And that's how people do it when um, a market of their own analysis. It feels like a cockroach is going to be walking towards you. It's like, cockroach, there's not a cockroach beside me, is what you're going to say. But the edge wedge strategy is one of the best way to making money from this market. And I know people who've been making money off this strategy a long time. They've been there and it's been working all along for them. So the edge wedge strategy works in all the time frames, right? Every time frames you see works alongside edge wedge strategy. Edge wedge strategy is the time frame. But yes, every trader who trades the edge wedge is gonna make money from the market. As I look at the market, when I look at the market going edge wedge, I feel like, wow, how many people can see this? How many people's gotta see the market edge wedging? I tell my brother, when I see my brother outside, I tell him, hey bro, the market is edge wedging. What do you got? My brother's gonna tell me, hey bro, I think we have to trade. And you tell your brother, all right, let's take a trade. Your brother says, yeah, let's go. And everybody is edge wedging, and that's gonna make it a great future for the market you place trades on. So we should go into the screen. We want to zoom inside screen and see what Mike's doing. A hedge wedge. Every time a weak line retraces another point, there's gonna be a wedgie reversal. Alright, if it wasn't a hedge, it's gonna get wedged when it reversed, and that's how it works. And so we got the video in 8 minutes already, and that is what we're gonna be talking about for today. Thank you for watching Frequency in FX Trading channel. Bye for now. See you in my next video. Peace out.